exclusive interviews, man. Get over here. Yeah, mate. Try to drag yourself so you can, yeah. But listen, though, I'm feeling good. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm happy that I'm here.
Mike, I gotta say this. Terrence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do any work. I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. I don't think what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People thought they was crazy like that before.
In a one-time visit to Terrence Crawford's training camp, the boxing legend met Crawford and helped him with his preparation for the fight against Canelo Alvarez. With Tyson being a big supporter of Crawford ahead of the fight, he visited Crawford at his gym as Crawford trained with his coaching team. The former world heavyweight champion advised Crawford and gave him tips on how to improve his punching power. You've got the power naturally, but you've got to always let your hands go. It's useless if you don't do that. My biggest punching secret was this killer instinct, Tyson said.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that, Canelo.
Oh, you gotta wait and see. It's not long. You don't got long.
What do you think Crawford has that makes him your choice?
Well, he's a great all-around fighter. He's been around, been watching for years, and he's gonna do well.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
We're gonna see.
Any plans to visit Saudi Arabia?
Just before his press conference with Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford was seen in Riyadh, training with Mike Tyson in Tyson's boxing gym. Mike Tyson had permitted Crawford to use his gym during his stint in Saudi Arabia in order to stay focused and keep up his preparation before and after the press conference as a means of showing support to the Nebraskan fighter and giving him the needed motivation.
You don't think it's 50-50?
60-40, but you gonna tell him which one?
You think Crawford can stop him?
Crawford can stop anybody. I'm not saying he can, he's going to, but he can't.
Aside from giving him his gym to train, Mike Tyson also joined him and gave him some words of advice in training.
Think about Terrence Crawford calling out Canelo.
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and he had a close fight with the last guy he fought, Terrence, because this guy was big and he was awkward.
Crawford and his team of trainers have a strategic plan to defeat Canelo Alvarez, but Mike Tyson's major input has been on his punch power and how he could ensure every of his punches inflict pain and damage on Canelo Alvarez. Crawford stayed in Saudi Arabia for some days before the press conference and even afterwards. It was an ample time with one of the greatest boxing legends in history.
After everything you've done, you're still pushing for the next big challenge.
Well, I wouldn't say I'm chasing Canelo. You know, I think that's a broad statement. I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter.
Just yesterday, Terrence Crawford arrived in Riyadh for Friday's press conference, receiving a warm welcome at the airport. Fans gathered to take photos as he was greeted with flowers and presented with golden mementos resembling a sword and gun. In a rare sight, Terrence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez were also invited to a joint dinner by Turki Alalshik. Amid all the ceremonial moments, Crawford made time to visit the Mike Tyson Boxing Club in Riyadh. With Tyson present, the undefeated champion still took the opportunity to train at the famed facility, staying locked in on his goal.
Terrence Crawford, does he have an opportunity to beat Canelo?
I think if anybody has a chance to beat Canelo, I think it's Terrence Crawford. His IQ is on another level. He's a great fighter and he's strong. It's just that it's a lot of weight. I wouldn't be surprised if Terrence Crawford wins. Wouldn't be surprised if he loses. Terrence Crawford, when he went up against the best opposition, like Earl Spence, he showed what level he's on, what type of dog he is. I don't know. You really have to let these fights play out to see what happens. He might get hurt. That might activate.
The video was first shared by Turki Alalshik on his Instagram, accompanied by a caption that read, "World Champion Boxer Crawford during his training with the champions of the Mike Tyson Club." The same clip was later reshared by Ring Magazine with the caption, "Terrence Crawford trained at the Mike Tyson Boxing Club ahead of the first Canelo vs. Crawford press conference in Riyadh. Watch the first press conference live across the Ring socials. Canelo Crawford live on Netflix till September 13th in Las Vegas."
I think he wants to make history.
It's a big fight. Well, to make history is worth doing it.
Yeah, I think he wants to. You ever follow the WWE?
I love WWE.
The post quickly gained traction, giving fans a behind-the-scenes look at Crawford's intense preparation. In the footage, Terence Crawford is seen arriving at the Tyson gym, shaking hands with the staff and trainers before beginning his workout. Wearing a red t-shirt, black shorts, red shoes, and white socks, the 41-0 boxer started with some light stretching. He then stepped into the ring to shadowbox, later putting on black gloves to work on combination punches and heavy bag drills. Terence Crawford also skipped rope, performed a variety of core exercises, and took time to pose for photos with fans and gym members. A group picture marked the end of his training session, capturing the focused yet respectful energy he carried throughout.
So you won't mess up your next fight, because if you fight this guy, you don't look good. The fans, I don't want. He's not gonna look good at winning with this guy. You gotta constantly have fights that you know and fight a guy that's gonna make you look good. The guy gotta pressure you or something. You know, this guy's running around. Crawford's not used to this kind of movement and
weird
stuff.
fit.
Yeah, awkward as a motherfucker.
You think are you ready? You think the world's ready for Crawford Canelo?
Given how seriously Crawford is taking his preparation, even without having fought yet this year, some fans are already convinced that victory is his. And one person recently pointed out that despite not being as active in the ring as Canelo Alvarez, who recently defeated William Skull, Crawford's intense commitment and training discipline suggest he's leaving no room for error. Canelo Alvarez is a seasoned 168-pound fighter with a proven track record at super middleweight. Still, some believe Terence Crawford's ring IQ and elite skills will help him bridge the gap during an interview with Ring Magazine. Ahead of the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Crawford, Mike Tyson broke down the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford.
I don't know.
Bud is the best finisher in boxing.
The best finisher?
Yes, in boxing. Name a finisher that's better than Bud.
There's a Russian monster named Better BF. If Better BF gets you hurt, nigga, what? Oh my.
Jake holding a few months time.
You gotta wait and see. It's not long. You don't got long.
What do you think Crawford has that maintains your choice?
Well, he's a great all-around fighter. He's been around and watching for years, and he's gonna do well.
Mike, is he great enough to move up 2 more divisions to fight Canelo at 168?
We're gonna see.
Any plans?
Mike Tyson is one of the most dominant boxing voices in recent history, and he did analyze the fight in the most intelligent way, despite having fought in the heavyweight division. It's one of the best fights in boxing since a few years ago, and it's going to be a crazy boxing night. Iron Mike Tyson began. He then went on to analyze the strengths and weaknesses of both fighters, and how their styles help make the fight more interesting and calculative. It'll be more like a Canelo Alvarez versus Bivol fight than a Canelo Alvarez versus Floyd Mayweather fight. Having changed his mind after initially predicting the fight in favor of Canelo Alvarez because of the size, Mike Tyson began with some bias towards Crawford and highlighted Canelo's weaknesses.
Canelo and Bud. Who you like in this fight?
Canelo.
Why? Because Bud had to move up 3 classes?
Yes. And in the history of boxing, I've never seen anybody move up 2 classes and be successful.
Well, Roy did.
I mean, but not in one jump. Not in one leap.
Right.
Mike Tyson explained that Canelo Alvarez's weaknesses are worth noting, particularly when it comes to his conditioning and stamina. While he is an exceptionally skilled fighter with formidable punching power, he sometimes shows signs of exhaustion in fights that go the distance. Mike Tyson cited the fight against Bivol as an instance. This can lead to decreased precision and power in his punches, which can be exploited by opponents who are able to survive the early rounds and capitalize on Canelo's fatigue in the later stages of the fight. Additionally, Canelo's defensive skills can be inconsistent at times, leaving him open to opponents' attacks due to lapses in concentration or overly aggressive movements.
Hey Mike, Canelo Crawford. Crawford's in the building. Canelo fights this weekend. What do you think of that fight?
Where's the fight gonna be at?
Well, they say in Vegas, maybe in September, but Canelo's got to get through.
Well, I'll be there to fight.
This inconsistency in defense can be a problem against opponents like Crawford, who are skilled at landing precise shots and capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes, Tyson claimed. Another area where Canelo can be vulnerable is against opponents with good footwork and movement. He has visibly struggled to keep up with fighters who use good footwork and movement, such as Billy Joe Saunders and Caleb Plant. Canelo's own style tends to be more straightforward and aggressive, which can make it difficult for him to adapt to opponents who are constantly moving and creating angles.
Maybe he's a little overrated.
Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez at 168 pounds.
Canelo's really good. Really good. But I think Crawford is special. I know he hasn't fought the resume everyone wants, but you have that or you don't have that ingredient. I think he has it. Canelo's really good.
Furthermore, Canelo's flat-footed style can also be a liability against certain opponents, particularly those with quick footwork and the ability to create angles. This was evident in his fight against Dimitri Bivol, where his simpler, flat-footed stance made him slower and allowed Bivol to beat him to the punch. Opponents with strong jabs can also find successful landing shots on Canelo, particularly problematic against those with longer reach or jab-centric strategies. Overall, while Canelo is an extremely skilled fighter, these weaknesses are worth noting for anyone looking to match up against him.
Spence, what do you say?
I said Crawford too, but it's really a pick'em fight. I'm gonna be happy in either way.
Canelo was sharp.
After this, Mike Tyson moved on and spoke about Canelo Alvarez's strengths. He claimed Canelo Alvarez's success can be attributed to a combination of his exceptional skills, relentless determination, and strategic training. Mike Tyson listed out some of Canelo Alvarez's strengths, saying he possesses extraordinary boxing skills, including powerful punching, excellent counter-punching abilities, and sharp head and body movement. His intense training regimen is tailored to his specific needs, including long-distance running to build endurance, boxing-specific drills to refine his technique, and sparring sessions to prepare him for the rigors of a fight.
We the best boxers in the town. We the best boxers out playing, bro. We got Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Bud Crawford. We the best. Stop playing. Who can beat us? Nobody. Stop playing. We got Mike Tyson right here.
Canelo's team carefully selects sparring partners to match the style and physical attributes of his next opponent, allowing him to refine his skills and build confidence. This meticulous approach to training has enabled him to adapt to different fighting styles and weight classes, making him a formidable opponent in the ring. Canelo's success is also due to his unwavering commitment to his craft, continually adapting and improving his skills to stay ahead of the competition. He has demonstrated an unrelenting passion for boxing, always striving to be better and push himself to new heights.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch.
His mental toughness is another key factor in his success, as he has shown resilience in the face of adversity, learning from setbacks, and using them as opportunities for growth and improvement. Whether he's facing a tough opponent or dealing with the pressures of being a champion, Canelo's mental fortitude has allowed him to stay focused and driven. This combination of physical skill, strategic training, and mental toughness has enabled Canelo Alvarez to become a world-class boxer, with a record-breaking career marked by multiple world championships in 4 weight classes. Initially, when he was asked about the matchup, former heavyweight champion Mike Tyson immediately spoke out about the possibility of a fight between Canelo and Crawford, and disagreed with such a fight, especially because of the aforementioned weight difference between the two fighters. Mike Tyson revealed on the It Is What It Is podcast that he believes the huge weight difference between the fighters will be crucial.
What do you think about Terence Crawford calling out Canelo?
You know, I don't like that fight.
Why not?
I don't like that fight. It's just too much weight, you know, and
You know, I don't like that fight. I don't like that fight. For him, the weight difference seemed quite annoying. It's a lot of weight, Tyson said. And to reaffirm his statement, Tyson recalled the fight between Crawford and Israel Madrimov in August 2024, when Crawford reigned as welterweight champion and moved up to 154 pounds. The fight went to a decision, something that has happened very little since 2016, but now Crawford would have to move up 2 weight classes to fight Canelo. So in Tyson's eyes, he shouldn't be fighting that guy. However, despite his initial reaction to Crawford stepping up to face Canelo in what is a huge ask for the 37-year-old, Iron Mike appears to have now made a U-turn on this as he claims size means nothing. There's been men that have beat people, they're beating people bigger than them, 2 divisions bigger than them, it's not impossible. Henry Armstrong was a featherweight and he beat the middleweight champ. At 130 pounds, he beat the welterweight champ. Then he fought a draw with the middleweight champ. So I think size means nothing, but determination means everything.
We the best boxers in the town. We the best boxers. Stop playing, bro. We got Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, Bud Crawford. We the best. Stop playing. Who can beat us? Nobody. Stop playing. We got Mike Tyson right here.
There were already signs that Iron Mike Tyson had changed his mind after he agreed to a statement Keyshawn Davis made about him. Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson staying undefeated. This was at the Fatal Fury card, where Rolly Romero won his championship fight against Ryan Garcia at Times Square, New York. "Nobody can beat us! We are the best boxers!" shouted an excited Keyshawn Davis in the streets of Manhattan, referring to himself, Shakur, and Crawford, a statement that Iron Mike supported, knowing that the announcement of the biggest challenge of Terence Crawford's career was approaching, so he joined in the euphoria of the moment. It will be a great success.
Canelo versus Cole?
Canelo did what he had to do to get the victory.
What do you want next? It seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there.
And it's not the first time that Tyson has referred to Crawford, whom he considers a versatile boxer who will undoubtedly do much more against Canelo than William Skull, a woeful show that seemed more like a long-distance race than a boxing match on a morning to forget in Riyadh. This is what the legendary Tyson said. Terence Crawford has shown over the years that he is a great, versatile boxer. He is going to be very successful. Great success. He moved on speaking about Crawford's strength. He said, Terence Crawford's success can be attributed to his unmatched versatility in the ring.
I'm going with Terence Crawford, you know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. You know, it ain't no disrespect toward Canelo.
His ability to seamlessly switch between orthodox and southpaw stances makes him a nightmare to face, allowing him to create angles, confuse opponents, and exploit weaknesses. This unique skill set enables him to adapt to different fighting styles and capitalize on his opponent's mistakes. Crawford's lightning-quick speed is another key factor in his success. His hand speed and footwork are among the best in the sport, enabling him to land quick combinations and evade punches with ease, Mike Tyson pointed. In a recent interview with Fight Hype, Briggs was emphatic, "Crawford all day, Crawford all day. He might stop him. I'm rarely wrong," he said.
In the build-up, the anticipation, the weight differences too.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a great fight. I got Crawford by stoppage, and I've known him since he was a little kid. You know, 12 years old. So to see him now fighting for a title in such a big fight, it's a great experience. Great to see.
Last question for me then. How do you think
he's gonna stop him? Knockout. This aligns with Briggs' reputation for aggressive predictions. His confidence apparently stems from Crawford's polished boxing skills and fading atrophy in late rounds when facing savvy opponents. Briggs thinks Crawford's versatility and ability to box both ways will be key. According to him, Canelo has shown vulnerability in being outboxed, and that's where Crawford can shine. He is going to box him. He can fight both ways. He is going to trick him up in the late rounds. Crawford might have something for him. Edgar Berlanga, who shared the ring with Canelo in 2024, believes that Crawford has what it takes to spring a surprise, but warns of a weight difference that could be decisive.
About boxing. What is boxing? Where you at? Where you at? Come here. Where you at? Let me see.
Drop, knock him down. How do you think this is possible by Crawford style?
He gonna box him. He can fight both ways. He gonna trick him up. You know, one thing Canelo showed is that he can be outboxed. But I think this time in the late rounds, you know.
The Chosen One was brief and direct when sharing his vision of the fight in a recent interview with Fight Hub TV. When asked for a prediction, Berlanga opted for the American boxer. "I think Crawford can do it."
So much alike in our mentality. Like soon as I see this dude, he come in the room or I come in the room, we start arguing about basketball, wrestling, anything, bro. Like, man, you can't, man, you looking small. What you mean I'm looking small? You looking small. Like, it's just that, like, you gotta really hurt that dude.
Crawford versus Canelo. There are a lot of rumors that that fight might happen.
You know, at the end of the day, they're two great pound-for-pound fighters, and if they feel like, you know, it makes sense and they want to fight each other, stylistically, it's a great fight. But, you know, Canelo, he's a big dude, and I think it'd be hard for anyone to beat him at 160.
Although Berlanga could not cope with Canelo in their 2024 duel, where he was clearly dominated, he did not hesitate to support the talent of Crawford. He has to show his IQ, show why he has been undisputed champion in 2 divisions, added the New York boxer. However, he was also honest about what he considers the biggest obstacle, the weight.
What happens when he takes a shot from Canelo? One of those uppercuts from Mugia or those...
He could get dropped, or he feels it enough to be like, fuck this, I'm boxing. And goes on the bicycle and turns southpaw for the rest of the night. And I wouldn't blame him either. Fuck.
It's a big jump in weight. That could make the difference. It's like me going up to heavyweight. Even so, Berlanga supports the American's courage. If he loses, we will all know that he tried to be great. He is testing himself. And that's all for now. For the very best updates on news, moments, events, and actions in the world of boxing, stay connected with us by subscribing to our YouTube channel, and don't forget to turn on notifications to get notified when we drop quality contents like this. Until next time, peace out.